Before you take another bite of that seemingly harmless vegetable, watch this video before it's too late, because there are some vegetables out there that could be slowly poisoning you. Yep, you heard that right. While most vegetables are packed with essential nutrients and vitamins, some contain toxins or harmful chemicals that can lead to severe illness, and sometimes even death. In today's episode, let's explore these dangerous vegetables and how you can prevent the risk of getting sick from them. Let's begin. Number 1. Kidney beans. Consuming kidney beans that are undercooked or raw can result in red kidney bean poisoning, which is caused by the phytohemagglutinin toxin. This toxin is a lectin that has been known to interfere with cellular metabolism, leading to severe symptoms such as extreme nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and abdominal pain. Even hospitalization may be necessary in some cases. This condition can occur when you eat raw, soaked kidney beans, or ones that have been improperly cooked without being boiled or heated to a high enough temperature first. Not only that, heating kidney beans to temperatures of more than 176 degrees Fahrenheit or above 80 degrees Celsius can increase their toxicity by up to 5 times compared to consuming them raw. And probably that's why outbreaks of red kidney bean poisoning have been associated with the use of slow cookers or crockpots. It only takes 4 or 5 undercooked or raw beans to cause illness. To ensure the safety of kidney beans for consumption, they must be soaked for a minimum of 5 hours, drained, and then boiled briskly in fresh water for at least 10 to 30 minutes. Before we move on, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. If you find our videos helpful, please support us by becoming a patron. Number 2. Mushrooms. While classified as fungi, many varieties of wild mushrooms contain toxins that can result in a wide range of illnesses, from mild to fatal. Note that these symptoms may not show up until hours, days, or even weeks after consuming the mushroom and might be silently causing damage to your organs. It's often not possible to neutralize the toxins in wild mushrooms by cooking, freezing, or processing. Plus, it can also be quite challenging to differentiate between poisonous and safe mushrooms. Therefore, experts recommended to avoid consuming any mushrooms found in the wild, unless you are a trained expert in mushroom identification. By exercising caution, you can help to avoid any potential risk of mushroom poisoning. Number 3. Corn. Corn can sometimes get contaminated with aflatoxin, a harmful toxin produced by certain types of fungi that can develop on specific types of food. Aflatoxins have been linked to a variety of serious health concerns, including cancer, liver damage, and immune system issues. Although this type of toxicity is rare in the US, some incidents have been reported in other nations, but certain pet foods containing aflatoxin have caused outbreaks and fatalities among pets in the United States. Aflatoxin can also be found in other food items, including peanuts, rice, dried coconut, meat, cocoa beans, figs, ginger, and nutmeg. Therefore, it's important to use caution while purchasing these foods and to ensure that they are obtained from trusted, reputable sources to minimize the risk of exposure to aflatoxin. Number 4. Potatoes. If a potato has begun to sprout or has turned green, this may be a clear sign that it contains solanine, a toxic compound that can be harmful even in small amounts. Consumption of green potato or potato sprouts can result in what is known as potato plant poisoning or solanum poisoning. This condition can lead to a range of symptoms, including vomiting, diarrhea, delirium, paralysis, shock, and sometimes even death. Therefore, always carefully examine the potatoes to see if they are sprouting or if they are turning green. Number 5. Tomatoes. The leaves and stems of the tomato plant contain a toxic compound called glycoalkaloid, which, if ingested, can cause symptoms such as stomach upset, headaches, and dizziness. While green tomatoes also contain some amount of alkaloid poison, it is typically present in too small of quantities to pose a significant threat. However, it is important to note that tea made from tomato leaves should be avoided, as it can contain high levels of glycoalkaloid and lead to potential toxicity. As a general precaution, Try to limit the consumption of tomato plant leaves and stems in any form. Number 6. Rhubarb. Rhubarb is a popular ingredient in pies and crumbles, as its stalks have a delicious taste. However, it is important to note that the leaves of this perennial plant are highly toxic and should not be consumed. Eating rhubarb leaves can result in a range of symptoms, including vomiting and diarrhea, as well as more severe effects like seizures, difficulty breathing, kidney problems, coma, and even death. These potential risks are mainly due to the presence of oxalic acid salts in the leaves, which can be extremely harmful to us. As such, it is best to avoid consuming any part of the rhubarb plant other than its edible stalks. Number 7. Lima beans. Lima beans are armed with a natural defense mechanism, cyanides, to prevent predators from eating them. Eating raw lima beans in large quantities can cause severe illness and sometimes even death. So always ensure that lima beans are properly cooked before you consume them. And if you are cooking them yourselves, then soak them first for a while, and then boil them in fresh water for at least 10 minutes until the toxins are eliminated completely. Number 8. Parsnips. Parsnips, a root vegetable that naturally has a sweet and nutty flavor, contains psoralins, naturally occurring chemicals that can cause genetic mutations and cancer in animals when exposed to ultraviolet light. These toxins are not eliminated by typical cooking methods, which raises concern about their possible harmful effects on our health. While research on the toxicity of psoralins in humans is limited, it's wise to limit exposure to parsnips and take precautions when handling them. Number 9. Alfalfa sprouts. Alfalfa sprouts have been linked to salmonella and E. coli contamination in the past, but even when uncontaminated, they may contain canavanine. Canavanine is known to interfere with the normal functioning of the body's protein-building process. Studies have shown that excessive intake of canavanine can lead to the accumulation of the toxic substance in the body, causing symptoms such as hair loss, lupus-like symptoms, and autoimmune diseases. While alfalfa sprouts are a healthy addition to any diet, it's important to consume them in moderation to avoid excessive canavanine intake. Pregnant women, individuals with autoimmune diseases, and those taking certain medications should consult with their healthcare provider before adding alfalfa sprouts to their diet. Number 10. Spinach. Although spinach is a nutrient-packed vegetable, it contains oxalates, compounds that have the natural tendency to bind with calcium in the body. Don't worry, spinach is not toxic. Some studies suggest that consuming large amounts of spinach may increase the risk of kidney stone formation, particularly calcium oxalate stones. Other vegetables that contain oxalates include Swiss chard, beet greens, okra, parsley, collard greens, and leeks. But that doesn't mean you should completely kick them out of your daily diet. Just eat them in moderation and enjoy their health benefits. Number 11. Fava beans. Fava beans, also known as broad beans, are a nutritious and protein-rich legume commonly enjoyed in Mediterranean cuisine. However, for some individuals, consuming fava beans can have deadly consequences. People with a hereditary abnormality called G6PD deficiency are at risk of developing hemolytic anemia, a condition where the body's red blood cells are destroyed. This potentially life-threatening condition is known as favism, and the severity of the symptoms can vary depending on the level of enzyme deficiency and the amount of fava beans consumed. Therefore, it's best to first consult your health specialist before making it a part of your daily diet. Thank you for watching and subscribing to the channel. See you in the next video.